Hi all, how you doing? Right, I'm going to do a little video, quick video, because I've come across this stuff for stabilising knots and cracks. It's actually a glue, it's an instant adhesive. It's called O3A. I have seen it before on the shelf in Axminster. It's made in Britain. Other countries like to use Starbond, which isn't readily available over here, but this is kind of our equivalent. So I'm going to give it a go and we're going to see how it works. I have a thick black, which I'm going to be using for the larger knots and the larger cracks, and just see what the general appearance looks like after it's been sanded back. And then this one is a medium clear, so that's the viscosity. So the thick one, so it hangs around a little bit longer when if you're trying to fill larger open areas. The medium allows you to it still allows it to work into the cracks and the splits and the knots. It's thin enough that it can get into where you need it. They do also do a thin, which I suppose would be great for small hairline cracks, very fine splits, and they also do a very fine applicator nozzle that you can use with the thin or with any of these to get the adhesive into where you need it. I did buy the accelerator as well. I did actually try this when I first got it. I tried the black. I actually did a test piece on here, filled a knot in, but because I didn't have the accelerator, it was pretty much 24 hours overnight, if you like, before I could sand it, and it still felt a little bit soft. So the idea is with the accelerator, it just speeds things up a bit for us. So let's give it a go and see what it looks like. Right, I will zoom in so you can see what we're working with. I'm planning on doing a half and half. So imaginary line across here. This half, which has got quite a deep knot and quite a deep split, I'm going to use the thick black. And on this half, I'm going to finish it. I'm going to try the medium clear and just see what the difference is and the overall look is at the end. I'll zoom in so you can see just how thick and how deep these knots are. Obviously you want to see what I'm doing, and so do I. So this one here, you see, put the pencil all the way in, and same with these cracks and splits. And on this side there's a couple of deep ones, so we'll see how the medium glue stands up, and quite a deep split here as well. See that? Let me move that back, zoom out a bit so you can see what we're doing. Right, so first of all, you don't have to do this, but I like the idea of if I spray it with the accelerator first, spray the material that I'm going to be putting the glue into, spray it with the accelerator first, let it dry for a little while, and then put the glue over the top, then at least it will start, you're not just filling a hole with wet glue and then spraying the accelerator over the top, so you're just creating a crust over the top of the wet glue. I don't want that. I want the glue to be hard all the way through. So this one here, as it's quite a deep knot, that may well take 1 or 2 pours with the glue, but we'll see. I'll just let that dry for a second. So we're going to start with the thick black. I'm going to put it into these splits and these open knots. Hopefully you'll see how thick this is. I'll probably speed this up on the video. It says thick, it is quite thick, but it does still settle into the cracks. And we've got a very deep knot here. I'm not going to go mad with that. give that a little spray with the accelerator. So that's activated the glue, and then we can go again. Looks pretty good. That little spray. Right, now we're going to do the medium on this side. If you can see that okay. Sorry, the medium clear. If it's quite a deep crack, you get a few little air bubbles popping up, which is fine. You will sand them back. Now this normally, if I was making a sign or something out of this piece of oak, I was using it for a customer, I'd cut this piece off, and then I've got a wasted piece of oak. And the cost of oak these days, can't really afford to be doing that. So if it costs you £10 or £11 for a bottle of this, £6 for the accelerator, and it lasts long enough, there's no reason why you can't repurpose this material. Now obviously this is quite a few repairs to be doing on one piece of wood, so you may well not use this, but just for the purpose of the video, it's a perfect piece of material to practice on. We'll give it another little hit, yeah. See where some of the knots are quite deep, it's actually sunk ever so slightly. Right. I'd say that's good if ready for a sanding. Now I've just got some 120 grit on here. That is absolutely amazing. Do you know what? I'm not sure which one I actually prefer. There's a couple of spots here that I've just missed, so I'm gonna redo these. I'll zoom in so you can see. So there's a couple of little spots here. I'm just going to redo them. Let's blow these out. But like I said, this is purely a demonstration, just to show you guys just how quick this can be if you're in the middle of a project and you've got, oh, there's a split, not, oh, you know, what can I do with that? I don't have to restart it. You don't have to. I'll let that dry for a second. There you go, as quick as that. Give that another sand off. You don't need to be zoomed in for that. Well, I don't know if you can see that. Let me take the phone out so you can see. I am suitably impressed. So this side here, this was the black. As you can see, it's nice and smooth now, all the way across. No more knots, no more splits. Now that, I suppose, would be perfect if perhaps on a dining room table or on a piece that you want to accentuate the cracks and the splits. And the black, I'm guessing, would be the perfect option for that. Now, this is more subtle. This is the clear, and that is pretty much, really, you wouldn't even know that that was splits, that was cracks. Obviously, you can see the knots, but it just looks like detail in the material. It's just character. Try and get a better light so you can see that. See how well that's filled? I'm very impressed. And that is 03A accelerator, thick black, medium clear, and the accelerator. Right, so my verdict, in my humble opinion, as a woodworker, is this stuff is amazing. It's absolutely fantastic, and it's made in Britain, so it's readily available. You can go online, I believe they've got a website, or pop to your local Axminster where they supply it and stock it. Yeah, the results kind of speak for themselves. No more throwing away bits of oak because it's got deep splits or open knots. I can now fill them and I can use the material. And obviously in a time when material is absolutely costing a fortune, that is music to my ears. Thanks for watching.